In this episode, I'm going to share with you 10 sci-fi fantasy world-setting archetypes. Huzzah! Hello everyone, my name is Aiden, and this is Author Quest. Thank you so much for joining me today as we talk about 10 sci-fi fantasy world-setting archetypes. I won't go into too much detail about each of these archetypes, but I will cover the basics, and if there's anything that I missed, please share it down in the comments. It helps a lot, gives me ideas, and it gives, more importantly, you guys ideas. World setting is important because it tells you where your characters are, why it matters, the little teeny tiny details from flora, fauna, history, languages. What are the stakes in the world? What is the government like? What is the government not like? What's the weather like? What's the culture like? What's the architecture like? All of these things that paint a broader picture and really bring the plot together and make it feel more authentic and enjoyable for the reader. Without any further ado, let's go. Number 1, the real world. The real world setting archetype corresponds to Earth as we know it during any time period except with fictional characters. In general, physics operates the same, and any magic or magic level technology doesn't overtly break the laws of physics. Number 2, in a galaxy far, far away. In a galaxy far, far away, interplanetary travel is common and technology has progressed to the point where inhabitants have stopped seeking salvation through technology and instead seek peace through freedom, faith, and enlightenment. It is very common for planets to be monobiomed like a desert planet or an ice planet or a forest planet, but this is not necessary. The expansive nature of an interplanetary civilization often results in a tenuous leadership that oscillates between a centralized and decentralized government. Number 3, in a world lost to time. In a world lost to time, this is a world where your reader takes a large enough step back in time that the world that we're familiar with is now unrecognizable. This world is challenging and forces the readers to adjust quickly, and the same too for the characters, lest there be dire consequences. Despite these challenges, this world brings a greater understanding of the world they know and how it came to be. Number 4, in a world of the New Age. The world of the New Age is a world on the brink of great technological and economical advancement. There's an energy of opportunity in the air for almost everyone. Life is getting easier, the poor have more opportunities than ever to rise above their given station, but with great advances come great conflict. For the New Age to succeed, the old must pass away. This causes those who like change to force the New Age into fruition, and those who don't like change to force the old ways to be preserved. Number 5, in a world where you watch your step. In a world where you watch your step, everything has the potential to be deadly. Whether it's a world of treacherous criminals, zombies that are attracted to sound, or a world made of small floating islands and an infinite abyss beneath them, it's best to watch your step. This world provides a constant sense of needing to be on edge, which gives an elevated baseline of tension. Before I get on to 6 and onward, I'd like to encourage you to check out my brother's channel, Writing Quest. Let him know I sent you, and you can find the link to his Notion template, Storybook Master Novelist, in the description below. Check it out if you want to write better stories faster. Number 6, in a world without freedom. In a world without freedom, everyone and everything is suppressed. Culture is stagnated because there's little reason to change, be creative, or inventive. Hunger and disease run rampant, and those who would care for the poor are few and far between. The powerful fight among themselves to obtain more power at the expense of the poor. The idea of freedom would be costly and treacherous at the very least, especially for the poor. But where there is great darkness, even the smallest light shines bright. Number 7, in a world of magic. In a world of magic, anything is possible, and the laws of physics have loopholes and exceptions when they encounter the magical force. Most magic has rules, but for the sake of the reader, when they are reading a book in Magic World, it is best they are on their toes, because anything could change their understanding on how this world works. But while magic has great power, it often has a greater cost. Number 8, in a world after the apocalypse. In a world where civilization has collapsed, everything has great value because everything is in short supply. Whether the world collapsed due to weapons of mass destruction, immense natural disaster, or simply an economic collapse, there is only one kind of person left, a survivor. The survivor has the mentality that selflessness is weakness and death, while selfishness keeps them alive. There's less kindness and less mercy because everyone is trying to preserve what they have or take what they need from others. Number 9, in a world on the brink of war. In a world on the brink of war, pride reigns. There are many sides to every war, but all participants are bent on one thought. How can they win the war? Everyone is searching for ways to delay the war to get the upper hand in the coming conflict. Number 10. In a world above it all. In a world above it all, politics and petty frivolities is the battlefield. Normal, everyday decisions in this world have large and drastic consequences in the outside world. Whom one is related to and what they want is more important than the morality at play and what the world needs. While they are shielded from the hard times of the real world, everyone is powerful, so no one is. For the most part, everyone in a world above it all is generally at peace, or at the very least, comfortable. What does it matter to those in this world if lesser people are suffering? And bonus number 11, my personal favorite, in a world beneath it all. In a world beneath it all, everyone suffers. In this world, every war, famine, or plague affects everyone in this world the most. This is the world of the Undercity, or the caverns and canyons. People struggle to see the light in the world. There's a constant feeling of being crushed, or that there is no escape. It's hard to survive in this world, and most do that by looking out for themselves. But there are two groups who thrive beneath it all. Those who take what they need from the poorest of the poor, and those who give to the poorest of the poor. Where there is the opportunity for great evil, there's opportunity for great love. Sometimes the best way to survive in suffering is to suffer together. Any one world is usually a combination of two or more of these archetypes. What's important to understand is these world settings are a metaphor for our world in reality. The place of a story is to represent ideas and to help look inward as we escape our circumstances for a short time. The best way to utilize these world-setting archetypes is to build a world with unlikely combinations of these archetypes. A few examples of this could be the world beneath it all in a galaxy far away, the new age on the brink of war, or the world above it all after the apocalypse. These are not the only world-setting archetypes out there. These are only the ones that I could fit in this video, so if you can think of any, or if you know of any, put them down in the comments, and we'll all talk about it. So, my name is Aiden, this is AuthorQuest, and I will see you next time. Huzzah!